the why. Specifically, why are you doing that specific thing on your health and wellness journey? Have you ever stopped to learn why or understand why? Let's look at why the why is so important. Welcome to Holistic Health Made Simple. Are you tired of chasing fad diets and endless workouts? Frustrated and confused by the conflicting advice on health and weight loss? Well, you're not alone. I'm Jolene, a nutritional therapy practitioner, and I'm here to guide you on a different path through holistic wellness. Together, we'll blend ancestral wisdom with scientific principles, making health and weight loss a reality. Say goodbye to yo-yo dieting and hello to simple, individualized steps that will help you reach your goals. Let's explore the power of healing your gut, optimizing your metabolism, and embracing whole foods. Ready to make that personalized wellness a reality? Let's get started on your journey to real health. Hey there! So today we're going to have kind of a broad conversation. Why? Not why we're having the conversation. We're going to talk about why. Why in a broad sense and why in a narrow sense. But why we need to understand why. Why are we doing something? Why are we doing it if we have no clue what the end game is? What it's supposed to do? Is it doing what it's supposed to do? Do we need to do that thing? Why? I know. Why is going to be said a lot in this episode, and if you have toddlers, I apologize, because we all know as toddlers or young kids, the word why comes up a lot. Young children are incredibly inquisitive as they are learning everything, so they are constantly asking why. What happens as we age, we stop maybe being as inquisitive, or we think we understand more, so we stop asking why. I'm not really sure how that all progresses, but when we're on this health and wellness journey, especially if you're following influencers of any kind, they can be medical professionals, just people who have done their journey on their own. If we don't understand the why behind the little tricks and tips and stuff they're giving us, you may be going down a path that's more harmful to you than good. So first, let's start with the big picture why. What is your why? Meaning, why are you taking this health and wellness or weight loss journey in the first place? Now, for some of you, it's totally about losing weight. That's how you started. For others, it's going to be about getting healthy. But I want you to dig a little bit deeper. Now, health is a big one. Weight's a small one because weight has an end. When we look at our health and wellness journey, even as a weight loss journey, if we have an end point, we tend to stop doing whatever we're doing. Maintenance oftentimes isn't a big enough why to keep us going on our health pursuits. So our why, when we look at this why we're doing this journey, why we're taking this journey, is it to go hike mountains? Is it to go walk malls endlessly? Is it to be mobile? Is it to play with your grandkids? Is it to live an independent life as you age? Those are big whys. So when they're in front of you and you falter, you have a really good reason to get back on and move forward on getting yourself healthy. I always suggest people taking a step back and writing down a big why. I don't love seeing goals, especially when I'm working with people that are, I want to lose 10 pounds for a wedding. Well, that's great, but what happens after the wedding? You going to put the 10 pounds back on, or 20 because you lost it really fast? Whatever the reason is. So try to dig deep on a good, solid, big why, and then revisit it. You can adjust it as you go, but have this big end goal that doesn't really end. Being mobile and living an independent life as you're older, hiking, walking, swimming, participating in life, those are things that never really end. We want to be healthy. We want to be mobile and at a weight that we can move our bodies, that it doesn't hurt to walk long distances. If your thing is going to the mall and walking for 6 hours around the mall shopping, you should be able to do that without being in pain. Just like the person who wants to go on a 5-mile hike should be able to do that without pain. Those are big goals. Those never end. We always want to be mobile. So sit down, pause it now if you can, and start thinking about something bigger than a number on a scale. Now that's the big why. Why am I on this journey? So because there's going to be times where you don't see progress, or you've done something that doesn't show the progress. So if we have this big why, it lets us regroup and get back on track, whatever on track is at that moment, to move forward in our health and wellness journey. Weight loss is a side effect of a healthy body. You'll hear me saying that over and over again. If you're new here, I say it often. Weight loss will be a side effect of a healthy body. Okay, so now let's get in the nitty-gritty of the other why. I like to call it the small why. Why are you doing that little thing you're doing? So you've gone online, you've done a Google search, you've searched social media, however you get it. You get this little tip and you think, I got to do this. But, because that person lost weight doing this. But do you know why it worked? Did it help lower insulin? Did it help lower blood glucose? Did it help regulate her hormones? I don't know what the heck, whatever it is. But did you research why they did it? Or is it because it's a trendy thing? So you see, why this is at the top of my head is because I see all of these biohacking people out there with all of these tips, and people are jumping on them without knowing what they really do and why they work or why they may not work for them. You see, a healthy person who has worked really hard on dialing in their diet, exercising, sleep, and stress and all of that can do these biohackings and move the needle. And the needle only needs to move a little bit for them to feel better because they're already at the top of the needle. I'm hoping this makes some sense to you. Most of the hacks out there only move the needle a teeny tiny bit. So if you don't have the rest of your health dialed in, you probably aren't going to see massive changes from doing these little things like cold plunges. Cold plunges scientifically move the needle a very, very tiny bit. And then it comes to the glucose hack. Now, I did a whole episode on glucose hacks. I believe they do help, but if you're not changing your diet, they're not going to get you to that end point. You eventually have to be 80% good, 90% good most of the time. And then the 10 to 20% is where you use those glucose hacks. There's an understanding of why you do these things. We know the glucose hacks blunt the spike. But if you're eating nothing but things that spike your glucose and you're not getting in the nutrition and you're not building muscle and you're not doing all the other parts, you're not going to get to where you want to get. They are helpful for the times where you're not perfect, but they shouldn't be a way that you're living nonstop. You see, all these healthy people have one thing in common. All these biohackers, they've got their nutrition dialed in for them. They've got their hydration dialed in for them, their sleep, their stress. That's what we need to do first. These biohacks, while fun and kind of curious, we're all kind of curious to see how they work in us, but if you're not understanding what they are doing, why you are doing them, and you don't have the rest dialed in, it's a waste of your time. And now I'm going to get started on supplements. Yes, I am a holistic nutritionist, a nutritional therapy practitioner. I do believe that supplementation is necessary at times. But out there, if you're taking a bunch of supplements and you don't know why or if you really need them, you're wasting your money. So not understanding why you're doing something or why you're taking something is not only a waste of money, it's a waste of time. Supplements are meant to be supplemental. Your diet should be the main focus of your health, wellness, and weight loss journey. And when I say diet, I don't mean restriction. I mean the foods you are eating should give you the nourishment that your body needs. Now, the diet is also a case of why are you eating something or why are you not eating something. If you completely understand why and don't just take the word of some doctor, influencer, medical professional, or even me, why are you eating it? Did you look into it? Did you get this information from a variety of multiple sources, not just your echo chamber or their echo chamber? You see, there's good foods, bad foods. And when I say that, that means there are good foods for you that help nourish your body and progress your journey, and bad foods that your body reacts to or does not help you progress on your journey. It's as simple as that. Each one of us are bio-individual. We are uniquely made. Our body strives to be healthy. It's always striving for this thing we call homeostasis, which is an equilibrium of everything inside your body. So know that if you're taking a supplement, doing a hack, eating certain foods, or removing certain foods and not getting to your goal, you need to start realizing why you are doing these things and which one of them or all of them are not helping you reach those goals. The why in all of this can make or break your journey. Understanding why you're doing something as the big picture. Why am I on this journey? What is going to keep me moving forward when motivation wanes? Discipline helps, but when you're struggling, sometimes you need that big, huge why of what you're doing it to get back on track. And then the small whys. Why are you doing that particular thing? Why are you avoiding that food? Why are you adding that food in? Why are you moving that way? Learning all of that will help make this journey a lot easier. You should be the one empowered to make the best decisions for you. You live in your body. Nobody else does. You know your health concerns. You know how you feel. You know how when you eat something or do something, how it makes you feel. Nobody can know that from the outside. Only you know that. So it's time you take control, understand your whys, and have a successful journey. Just know the journey's not a straight line. There will be things that feel like a cha-cha where you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or it'll feel like that nasty roller coaster where you go round and round and loop-de-loop-de-loos. But you are the one in control. So know your big why and know the little whys. Long term, those are the 2 things that will help you make adjustments as you go, maintain once you get to your goals, and know when you need to try something else. I want you to take charge. It's hard. It's easier just to get a rule book and go with it and follow just along. But it's your body. It's your health. It's your weight loss journey. And it needs to be tailored to you and how you're feeling doing all the different things. Embrace your uniqueness. Embrace your bio-individuality. Embrace you. You're worth it. On that note, friends, I will see you next time. Bye! Thanks for listening in today. I hope you got some nuggets to take on your health journey. Remember, this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes. No medical advice is being given. By listening to this podcast, you agree to the full disclaimer, which is linked in the show notes. If you found this podcast helpful, could you take 30 seconds and leave a review? Your feedback means the world to me, and it helps others discover my show. Once again, thank you for being part of my community. Until next time, have a blessed day.